Welcome back to Church Production. I'm Marcel Patillo. As a videographer at a church, there's two situations that I'm pretty familiar with. One is that we have a bunch of video cameras in our sanctuary that I typically would never take photos with. And then when I need to take photos, we have one photo camera that I would definitely never take video with. And in so many situations, it would be so beneficial to have both. And based on the congregation or budgets you're used to, it could just be extremely beneficial to have one camera that does both. Recently, we partnered with our friend Colin, the creative director over at Point Church, to see what he thought about the Sony FX30, an amazingly small DSLR that really holds its weight in both video and photo.
My name is Colin Wells, and I have the opportunity to work with a lot of churches. I do that through being the creative director with Point Church and working with our campuses and the churches we work with, and then also through mission support, an organization that we're developing to help resource other churches. We see so often that churches, they want to do amazing things, but a lot of times they're held back by the support they receive, whether it be operations and finances or it be creative and website and media. And so mission support's an organization that we had a heart to develop to be able to help out more churches and help them support them so they can stay focused on their mission.
So specifically, because Colin works with a lot of different churches, that's got to present a lot of variables and different people with different camera knowledge. While this camera has some amazing specs, the first thing to really think about is how easy is it to use? Is it easy for newcomers to learn, and is it easy for people coming from other cameras to pick up quickly?
Myself and a couple of churches that I have the opportunity to work with had the chance to check out the Sony FX30, and we really enjoyed it. The Sony FX30 is a user-friendly camera from my experience. Again, handing it to somebody who is not a videographer in their own right and able to just handle it well. The image stabilization is in it just naturally very well. And again, using the automatic settings, they did the job. This camera has a ton of headroom of where it can go. There are so many things that you can do. You can get to those high settings that you want to be at, but it also is able to just meet you where you're at right now.
I've worked with several different cameras across the board, and some video cameras make me think, well, this is just too easy. And some photo cameras make me think, well, this is just too easy. But it's rare that you find it all in one package. And the Sony FX30 is a small form factor, a great battery life. You can change the lenses, but Colin goes on to use one word that really says it all, and that is versatile.
The best thing about this camera is its versatility at the price point. I consider myself a photographer first and foremost, and the pictures that it was producing were pictures that I would use. And yes, it is a cinema camera first, but it's a great tool to be able to use the other aspects of it. I mean, I shoot on a lot of Canon C100s, C70s. I would never take a picture with one of those. I mean, they're tremendous cameras. I love them, but I would never take a picture with them.
So while this does have great photo taking capabilities, it is a part of Sony's cinema line, meaning that it's supposed to have the look and feel of a Sony cinema camera, but in a much more compact size and price.
When you have a camcorder, you're limited by the lens on it. You're limited by your audio inputs, but it already has the XLRs. That's plenty quality for what you'd be doing in almost any context with this camera. You have interchangeable lenses, and one of the churches that I had the opportunity to work with on this, that's what they use currently for streaming is a camcorder, and just being able to see this step up for a few Sundays was definitely a noticeable difference in quality, but also there wasn't a feeling of, holy cow, this is something that we can't do.
So lastly, what kind of church is this camera really for? Or what size church, if it even matters, could really benefit and take advantage of the FX30?
If you're a church, you're an organization that says, hey, I really want better media, something like this is a great tool. It's a great step up from your iPhone. It's a great step up from a camcorder to get into a variable lens camera system that you can grow in, that you can grow with. Maybe you buy the Sony FX30 now, and then, church grows, budget grows, you can get a Sony FX30 and it can fit right in. You can use them alongside each other. And so this is a great camera to get your foot in the door of elevating the media at your church.
So a big thank you to Sony for sending out the FX30. I don't think I've ever actually handled a camera that small that has that many capabilities, and I am so anxious to get my hands on it. And thank you to Colin and Point Church for sending this camera around, for using it yourselves, for taking that time to give us such great insight on what we can expect when we get our hands on the FX30. So for now, make sure to subscribe to the Church Production YouTube channel, and as always, check out churchproduction.com for any new articles and insights on everything church production. And I'm Marcel. I'll see you all in the next one.